Hi, I'm Kendrick Miyake Mugler. Welcome to my show, The Guest. The guest of today is a legendary European model, Kendall Miyake Mugler. Welcome to the show.
Thank you so much. Thank you for having me.
So today we're here to talk about your ballroom career, what you have achieved, how you became a model, how you became a legend. So just give a quick introduction to people who don't know you. How old are you? Where you from? Your age?
All right. So I'm the legendary Kendall Miyake Mugler. Where to start? I started voguing in 2010 when I was 15.
Okay. But how old are you?
Today I'm 25.
You're 25, right?
Yeah.
So how did you discover voguing?
Actually, I discovered voguing like every kind of dance, and then I had a chance to meet La Ciandra, Mother Steffi, and then.
But what was the first thing you saw? Like, did you saw a clip? Did you saw a ball? Did you saw something on TV?
Actually, very nothing. Like I used to dance like different kind of dance, and then the guys were talking to me about voguing. They were like, "This is something that you should do."
So people talk to you about like going to voguing, and then you search for you to know.
I didn't even search anything because I'm not the kind of people that you tell me something and I'm going to look about it or what's going on.
So where's the first place? Where was the first place you saw voguing? Like actually.
It was near my place. They used to have this big spot in La Défense where every dancer used to meet and practice different kind of dance.
Where they had the Sankat before?
Yeah, actually there was the Sankat before.
Okay, yeah. So the Sankat is a place where dancers can just go and have a free spot to dance in Paris, right?
Exactly.
So then who did you meet that first time? La Sandra, you said?
I met La Ciandra, but I met Steffi first.
Okay.
And then she started to teach me how to catwalk, how to do a regular thing, teaching me like different categories. So it was really interesting, and because I felt like it was something that was particularly about the gay community, and I used to feel very alone as a gay. So
then you get the community and then also a family. So was you good at it in the beginning?
Really, I am the perfect example to tell everyone that everything is possible. I wasn't really a good performer at the beginning. Like I had a lot of issues, but I keep practicing and.
So let Sandra teach you, and from what I heard, she's really a good teacher and a hard teacher. Like she doesn't play, she's good at it.
100%. I mean, try to imagine like your Caribbean mom teaching you something.
Oh wow!
And then you look bad at it.
Wait a minute. Wait a minute. What is mean this Caribbean mom shit? Is that a shade to the Caribbean?
I'm not shady. I'm not racist. I love you all. But I mean, like she can be really hard, and she can use like different kind of sentence to make it you understand stuff.
And did you take time to understand that that's something you really wanted to do?
I mean, Vogue is something I believe like you can get, like as a performer or as a dancer, you can get real addicted like really fast. Like.
Okay. So and then how much time did you took to like be great that you can walk a ball? How much time did that take for you to have this confidence? Oh, let me go and walk a ball.
I will say at least, I don't know, like 7 months or 8 months. Like.
Okay. So what was the first ball you walked? It was a kiki. It was a ball.
At the beginning we used to have balls, but I can't tell if it was like kiki balls or if it was major balls because they didn't have any scene at that time.
Because you're part of like the first generation of voguer in Europe. Even though you're young, but you started very young, so you're part of the first generation. So you were part of the construction of ballroom now. So it was not really balls. It was not really kiki. It was more like functions.
All right, exactly.
Okay. So did you win your first ball?
I can't remember, but I can tell. I used to win more than I used to lose, so, but I can't remember.
And after walking your first ball, what sensation did you have? Was this something you was like, I need to go further in it?
Yes, of course. I mean, it's a lot of satisfaction, I believe, and when you start seeing that you're good at something, you just want to push it harder, and yeah, I think it makes sense.
And what was your first house or kiki house you joined?
Actually, we opened a house like with Vinny, Kiona, Diva Ivy, and many other girls, and that was the house of Dynamite. So that was our first house that we tried to build for ourselves, and then I became Revlon.
Okay, but how much time, what time did you take before you chose to become Revlon? Because at that time, did you know many stuff about like the American scene, like the major houses, or you just became Revlon because that was something your friends and your family was at that time? Like but you
Yeah, I
became
believe.
Revlon. That's what happened.
Yeah, I believe because I mean, I never been in the US at that time, so I
Okay.
couldn't try to build different kind of affinity with other people there. But I was really close from Marquis, from Vinny, so
Yeah.
at that time it made it sense for me to become a
Because
Revlon.
at that time, Marquis was coming here already.
Also, yeah,
Marquis was one of the
I,
in the first group of
fr-
people who was coming in
he's one of
Europe.
the
Yeah.
first international that came to Europe and helped her scene, teaching her stuff like about Vogue and
So, but at
stuff.
that time, was you more like focused on Parisian scene, or maybe you was getting interested in what's going on in the US, watching their clips, the videos, who was doing what, or you was just like learning and focusing on what happened in Europe?
Mm, I mean, at the time we couldn't think about Europe like it was really focused about what's going on here, like in Paris,
Yeah.
and about herself. And it was something like I'm not gonna say it was just a hobby, but we were just trying to build everything, and even if herself.
Okay, I get you. And what was the first time you walked out of Paris?
I believe it was in Amsterdam, like the girls, like Charlie, Carter, we started to move.
That was Amber Vigne's
Yeah,
ball. Yeah.
and we started to make functions there, so we used to walk the balls there.
Have you worked in many countries in outside of Paris already?
Yes, I did. I mean, I believe I've been in many different countries in Europe. I used to go also to have my friends there to build their scenes and
Okay,
stuff.
because you travel a lot, but you also travel a lot to teach. So this is incredible. Like, but it took you 10 years to achieve all this.
Right,
Because like you take 10 years to become a legend, you take 10 years to achieve all this, and at this point you travel now more to give classes than to work ball, right?
right.
Okay, you're a good teacher. Also, did you discover a lot of talents that we have now in our scene? Did you teach a lot of people?
Yes, I believe like I remember even if there's some girls right now they are amazing performer, but I remember when I met them like maybe 5 years ago, especially in Russia, and you can tell today like people they just know the girls, you know. But me, I remember knowing this girl before, and
And what's the difference? What's the difference between the new girls and you are like the first generation? What difference do you see between these two generation?
um, first of all, we are the first generation, but also I will tell they're learning faster than us.
Yeah.
Like we never really had someone or bigger performer than us to show us the way, or someone that we can get inspiration just by watching them. Like we
Yeah.
had to watch the clips on YouTube.
And now they have y'all to look up to.
Yeah, so they're learning faster. Like it's amazing.
Okay, so being there's a lot of people like looking up to y'all, the first generation, you, Kiana, Vinny, Charlie, all those people. And do you think like how do you feel? How do you feel when you see like the girls at Limit voguing like you? Like you sometimes you at a ball and you see, oh, this girl is just doing what I'm doing. How do you feel? Are you proud or are you like, girl, get your shit together?
Wow. I mean, it depends of different day, how I wake up or how I feel. Like, really.
Oh, some days you're like, girl, get your shit together.
Yeah, of course I will. But no, honestly, I'm really humble and I'm happy if I can be an inspiration for someone else.
Okay.
Like some people have been inspiration for myself. So
So let's talk about that. Who inspired you in ballroom?
as a performer, I mean, I used to be inspired by American performer usually.
Like who? Give me a couple names like
Yeah, I love Ronaldo. I used to love Cassandra performance too. Naomi, Prince.
but beside being inspired by those people, you always try to have your own style and your own
Yes, of course.
way of doing things.
Yes, of course. Otherwise, it makes no sense. Like you cannot try. You cannot try to make your name and doing stuff from someone else.
So maybe that's maybe something you want to tell the new generation.
But I believe they know it already. For those who had the chance to talk with me or spend time with me, they know how I think already. And yeah, I mean, everybody is different person, and it's better to have your own identity in anything you do than doing it like someone else.
Okay, so let's talk about your houses. Like you being a Revlon,
Right?
um, why you left the Revlon, why you enter in the Revlon first? Just because,
Like I said, cause I had affinity.
okay,
I had affinity with people that were in the house already, and that was the first international house I had contact with. So I felt at the time it was more easily.
so did you think that you helped to make the name of the Revlons in Europe?
I believe I did because I've been there for many years. I don't know how I can't remember how long I've been there or for how long I've been in Revlon, but it's been for 2 years or 3 years. So, and I worked balls for all that time. So I believe I made the name of Revlon famous or people to get to know it.
Okay, and why did you leave the Revlon?
Because I had a better, I mean, I won't say a better opportunity, but I had another opportunity to build my own stuff, and also I felt like it was time for me to try something new, and I wanted to do something by myself, and not because I had affinity with somebody or depend on someone else.
Yeah, that you wanted to like go to a next step.
Yeah, I do my next step and do my own way.
So why the House of Miyake Mugler?
Because at that time, I met Alex, the legendary
Alex Mugler.
Legendary Alex Mugler. He actually used to come a lot also after Marquis, and helping the scene, building the scene.
Yeah, Alex helped to be in the scene a lot.
Yeah, teaching the girls, like teaching us, me, how to be more confident as a performer and many stuff. So, and then Alex made the proposition to us to join to join them, to join
To us,
Mugler.
that means you and
Kennedy.
Kennedy, who's now
Yeah.
Kennedy Garçon.
Right.
So you and Kennedy always have been in the same house.
Yes.
Same Kiki house sometimes. You all had the same way of doing things, but y'all not in the same house no more. So that's another way everybody take the step and go up. So then you became a Mugler, and we can say that you helped to build the legacy of the Muglers in Europe.
Also, I believe.
So then, how did you manage to build this legacy?
Honestly, I always do things like the easiest way I feel like it comes through to me. I use my affinity, I use the connection that I have with people, and me personally, I don't like to link up with strangers or people that I don't know when I'm trying to build something that I really care about.
Yeah.
So I will make sure that I try to involve my friends or people that I know they could be very loyal, so they can help me to build a strong chapter at least.
Yeah, because so you're a person like you're more like into family and loyalty, and then also talent, right?
All right. Also.
Yeah. So now that you became the mother of the house, is it something that you always wanted to do?
What you mean, becoming a mother?
Yeah. Yeah. Did you always want to be the mother of the Muglers, or just become a mother of the house?
I believe I've always been ready to take responsibilities and stuff like that, but I never did stuff like to become a mother or
Yeah. Okay.
or in that sense. I would say no. It's just something that I used to do more naturally, and I believe it's something that I receive as not as a gift, but for the work that I've done.
Okay, so you as you said, you're a person that more trying when you start building the house. It was more your family, your friends, and people was talented around you. But now that you're a mother of a whole entire European chapter with many countries, are you still trying to have this same relationship with everybody, or it just became you a mother of the house now?
I became the mother of the house now, but. I'm working a lot, I'm traveling a lot, so it's complicated for my house also to have me all the time, but I make sure the work still get done by other people. I have an amazing father, and we have different members that help me to make it strong. But of course, I'm trying to come to each members that I have in the house and try to be close with them, talk to them.
Yeah, so that's something that's very important for you, to be close to people and just don't take people because they have talent.
Yeah, I believe this is the first way that people should show the support to their members, I believe.
Okay. So you became legend after 10 years.
Yes.
So is that something that you think was the right time, or it should have been done before?
I believe it's perfectly done.
10 years, that was the right time. So let's be honest. What do you think about the fact that you was not the first Butch Queen legend who became legendary in Europe?
Honestly, I didn't feel like it was about me. I just felt people were pressed, not me. So
who was pressed?
People that became legendary before.
Oh, so you think that people who became legendary before you was just pressed?
No, it's not what I'm saying, but I believe that it could have been a better time for them to make it happen.
Okay.
That's all. And I believe that... I can't stop saying I believe. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. But for sure, like we saw it, for example, like for Vinny's, like they had like good reaction, but they also had like a lot of bad reaction.
Yeah.
And I believe that if you waited a little bit more, you could avoid those kind of bad reactions. That's all.
Like you, I didn't seem to see a lot of bad reactions. I actually feel like a lot of people were saying finally. And also you had a lot of icons on your plate that they put legendary. That's amazing. Like how much people who deemed you?
5 or 6.
Yeah, 5 or 6 people. 5 or 6. In 5 or 6, I think it had Andre Mizrahi.
Andre Mizrahi.
Sanaya. Jack Gucci.
Yeah.
Arturo. Daishon, and can't remember the rest. Sorry about it. But that was like that's amazing to be deemed by and recognized by all those people.
Yeah, I can tell.
So what's after being all that legend, house mother, you got a lot of kids in Europe, you got a lot of people that you make become very good vloggers. What's next for you? What do you want to achieve now?
For now, I want to go back to my own stuff. I mean, not my own stuff, but I still want to work.
Yeah.
Like so since 2 years ago, I started to travel more in the US and try to work the balls there, because I feel like it's a different energy, and I feel like this is the next step for me.
Okay. So for now, what's your best experience you had in the US?
That was the Ballroom Throwback Ball.
When you made the final to the 5,000.
Yeah.
Did you think you should have won that ball?
I don't know, cause about that day I still thinking a lot. Like I remember the morning when I woke up that day in New York. I was in the apartment in Brooklyn, and I was about to call out Churro and to tell him that I don't want to do it no more, cause I was like, what the fuck you doing? Like, this is too big. Like, and I didn't work so much in the US before, so I didn't know my roles there, so it was complicated.
So it was not your first ball?
No, it was my second ball.
It was the second ball walking in the US, and you made it to the finals from 5,000 against so many talented people that day. So at the end of the day, can you just say like, that was a good experience?
Yeah, I mean, I have to, and I surprised myself, I surprised a lot of people.
And would you be back if there is another 5,000 or something?
Of course.
But so some maybe doesn't know that you are very like okay, you're a person like sometimes you can do something just in 1 second, like the day of that ball. Actually, basically, you didn't have to go to the US. You just decided 3 or 4 days before.
Last minute. Yeah.
Last minute, and you're
Queens.
So do you think like that's something that's always been good for you, doing some things last minute?
I believe it works for me, but I can understand it doesn't work for everybody.
Yeah.
But this is what works for me. Like most of the time when I plan stuff too early, then I have other proposition, or it doesn't happen the way it should be.
Yeah.
Last minute is what it works for me.
Yeah, but having to deal with you with like as a parent in a house.
Wow.
I learned something about you is like, don't ask you to deal anything that's too far. So you are the person like, okay, if we want to talk about something, let's talk about the next step, but not something that's gonna happen.
Yeah.
Why? Why you doesn't want to see like what's going to go back in the future?
I mean, I like it, but I believe it's more important to focus on what is coming next, like what's coming sooner, and that's how it works. I feel like it's better to focus all the energy on that moment to make it sure they can slay it instead of focusing on stuff that are not coming yet. Like it's about me. I feel like it's just throwing your energy a little bit everywhere.
Yeah. So then your next step is like to walk more balls in the US, and what would you like to do? Like what's like, is there something like in Ballroom or with Ballroom that you would like to do? Because you have done tours as a dancer, you have done a movie as a folk dancer. What you would like to do?
Right. I'm a really secret person, so I won't tell all my projects. But yeah, I have a lot of ambitions. So I want to do a lot for the scene. I want to keep. I want to keep make sure people like know about the scene.
Yeah.
I want to help the people to. I want to help the other talent to grow also.
So if you had a message like if you had a message for the new generation that was coming up, that's want to be a legend, that's want to be big, what will you have? What advice will you give them?
I would say only two things. Just be humble and always be consistent. I believe this is the consistently is the key word for performers to always make sure they're doing the right things for themselves.
I'm surprised that you didn't answer, tell them take their time. No, because we have some conversations sometimes, and I know you always say like, for people, the next generation should just take the time. They should not be rushing it to become a legend.
Yeah, but actually, this is a good advice. I won't lie, but this is the advice that everyone is telling to everyone.
Yeah.
But I believe taking your time take times actually, because even if myself, like when I started to walk the balls or when I had only 2-3 years of experience, like I was pressed. It's something that I understand by practicing. So
more experience make them more mature, and then they understand stuff better.
Exactly.
But it's normal that they're pressed when they just get into the scene.
Pardon?
Wow. Is it normal that they're pressed? Yeah, because
I can understand you being pressed. I mean, like there's a lot of enjeu. Like there's big objective. Like when you come to the ball, it's it's okay. You feel nervous. It's okay to feel like that. I mean, if you don't, then it looks weird. But I mean, if you feel anxious, you really want to do it. Like it makes sense that you being pressed sometimes.
Okay, so you've been giving vocal classes all about in Europe, and do you give private vocal classes?
If you ask me on Instagram, I will do it. Yeah.
Okay, that's good to know. So if you want a private vocal class, you're gonna hit up Kendall on Instagram.
Yeah.
She changes her name very often on Instagram. I don't know why, but you will get her anyway.
You will get me, Kendall.
So thank you for sharing this with me.
Thank you so much, Kendrick.
And hope to see you soon on the floor in the US again. So the girls know that Kendall will be back in the US.
Yeah.
Thank you for coming to my show, and see you next time. Bye.
Bye.